It's Thursday, the 10th of April 2014, and this is part 15. So carrying on, as I always say, from where I left off, regarding online sites for dating. When I read an article on Monday in the Sun newspaper, which is a British tabloid newspaper, there it is, regarding Plentyoffish, I thought, oh, that's quite interesting, because that is where I originate from. But when you actually read the article, which is on pages 20 and 21, it gives quite a misleading impression, because it says here, if you can see this, Britain's most wanted internet daters. 1 in 4 relationships start online. And there you have 2 men and 2 women who supposedly are using Plentyoffish. It states that Plentyoffish, one of the world's the biggest dating sites, with more than 40 million users, and they provide us with their most popular members. So to start with, what the article doesn't tell you is that these 4 people, these 4 users, are without a shadow of a doubt paid subscription members. They're not just free members, because in recent months that particular site has encouraged people to pay a subscription fee to upgrade, and when you upgrade, then you get access to more features, more members will see you online, and they will potentially send you a message or 2. So that is the starting point. It doesn't say anywhere in this article that these are paid subscription members, but in my opinion they are, and I'll tell you why. Because the 2 guys in this article, one says he gets 50 messages a day. That is crap. Another guy says he gets 45 messages per day. That's rubbish. The 2 women, there's no doubt about this. One says she receives 80 messages per day. The other says she receives 45 messages per day. As I said before, anyone who has used that site will know that men do not receive messages. You could stay on there for a year and you would be lucky to receive a very small minority of messages from women. It just doesn't happen. If you pay out, then you may receive some more messages, but it's just a way of getting money from people. That's all it comes down to. It's bullshit. It's crap. But in regard to this article, going through these 4 people who are Britain's most wanted internet daters. The first guy is 36 and he's been online for 5 months. Not really a lot to say about him, to be honest. He just states that I've been on the disaster dates where I have barely recognised the girl because they do tell lies. Yeah, I agree with that. Now, Katie, the mum of two, the blonde one, very attractive by the way, have a look. There she is. She is 31. Her dislikes are men who are boring. She does not like boring men. She's been online for 6 months. Now, the key point for me in her interview is when she says, "Some days I wake up and check my phone. I am overwhelmed by the amount of messages, as many as 80 at a time." Now, let me fast forward to the end of her very brief interview, where she states, "I've been out on a few dates and I've met some really nice guys, but I'm still searching. They say you have to kiss a lot of frogs before you find your prince." So she's probably looking for her Prince Charming, as a lot of them are on these dating sites, but they never ever find their Prince Charming because, as we all know, Prince Charming does not exist. But the key point about her is she supposedly receives 80 messages a day on Plentyoffish, and she's probably on multiple online dating sites because she's probably a serial dater. She's addicted to online dating. But let's work that out. Here is my trusty calculator. Okay. Now, she's been on there, 6 months. Been on there 6 months, online for 6 months. So there's roughly 30 days in a month. So 30 times 6 equals 180. Okay? That's days, that is. So she's receiving 80 messages per day. So let's multiply that. 180 times 80. That works out at 14,400 messages over a 6-month period. Some of those messages, in my opinion, would be from men who have sent the same message time and time and time again to try to get her attention. Some may be from women who are gay, they're lesbians, or they're bisexual. So let's knock off 4,400. So now we're left with 9,960. So over a 6-month period, let's roughly say she has received 9,960 messages from men who want to date her over a 6-month period. And as you can see, she's very attractive. Because there she is. Now, are you telling me that she cannot find one man, she cannot find one male out of 9,960 to potentially have a relationship with, to date, to say, right, I found someone now, I no longer need my online sites for dating? Ask yourself that question. 9,960 men have potentially sent her a message, and she cannot find one, not one, to have a relationship with. What does that tell you? That's what it tells me. But let's move on to candidate number 3. This guy here. He says he receives 45 messages a day. Again, all these people they have to be paid members. They have to have paid their subscription fee, because there is no way on earth. I spent 7 years on it. There is no way on earth that these people, the 2 men, would receive that amount per day. It will not happen. Believe me. He's looking for the perfect girl. Excuse me. So he's another one. Perfect girl. The perfect girl does not exist, mate. When are these people going to learn? It's ridiculous. But let's skip past him and go to number 4, which is Chrissy. She's a beautician and she receives 45 messages per day. She probably receives a lot more than that, because she's probably on multiple online dating sites, as they all are. And the fascinating part about her is, what is she looking for? She's looking for a relationship, and she's found it. Really? Now, at the start of her very brief interview here, she states that I've been on and off the site for a couple of years now. I hide my profile when I'm in a relationship, but I don't delete it in case I need it again. There you go. That is the key point, and that is what I spoke about on my profile. The amount of people on these sites who not only become addicted to online dating, they become serial daters, is unbelievable. That sort of character of a person, in my opinion, no matter who they meet, no matter how well the relationship goes, they could get engaged, they could get them married, they will never ever delete their profile. Why? Because they are addicted to online dating. It's that simple. The total and utter addiction to it is unbelievable. Let me quote the end of her very brief interview. There it is there. Now that she's in a relationship of sorts, I've hidden my profile again now, but I won't delete it just yet. I don't want to jinx myself. In reality, she never ever will, in my opinion, delete her profile, because if you've been on these sites, i.e. Plentyoffish, you will know that you will see the same people on there, the same women, year after year after year after year after year. And no matter who they meet, no matter how well the relationship goes, they never ever find a partner to have or to develop a relationship with. Why? Quite simply because they are addicted to online dating. Simple as. And as I said before, the one thing in life you can't change is human nature. That is the one thing no one can ever change. So, with that being said, this is part 15, and part 16 will be with you shortly.